Hi folks, welcome to my Bit Retro Journal. Today I'm going to be looking at calculators, and the reason I chose this topic is because if you hadn't heard, Clive Sinclair, one of my favorite inventors, passed away a few days ago. He certainly has given me joy with my Atomic Sinclair 1000, my first computer, and then of course the Sinclair QL. But many years before I got my ZX81, I actually bought this calculator for school. So I think maybe 2 or 3 years prior, and this was my first electronics purchase as a kid. And the cool thing back then is not only did you get a calculator, but you also got a book with it. I know this has a separate price tag, but it did come as a kit. And in here, this is just really cool. All the sort of things you can do with your calculator. And it really excited you in terms of, having this awesome device, which was, I mean, there's calculators out in the late 70s, early 80s, but still, just to have that, and then have a book that says, oh, look at all the things you can do with it. It's pretty cool. This actually still works, although I put batteries. It had to clean the contacts. It uses 2 button cell batteries. But yeah, so the keys here don't work well. I'm trying to look at how would I open this up, and I think, as far as I can tell, I think you'd have to somehow break this plastic off and then slide this down, or maybe, I think something would bend. So I'm not going to open this up. I don't use this much. I don't use this at all anymore. So this is just really more of an heirloom. But so if you look, it does work. So if I say 5, 6, 7, yeah, so the keys are 7, 8 times 1, 2, 3. So I did it twice. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals. I did that, and if I do percent, move the percentage, the decimal points. It's just dividing by 100. 1 over. Yeah, and I guess you do it again, it gives you the number back. So this, and you can do factorial. So what's 6 factorial? Sure, let's do something. Let's do 12 factorial. Sorry, again, it's too big of a number. It's gonna get me 1, 2 factorial. Oh, that's squared, sorry. 1. Oh, I was using, that's why. So if I go 7, 9, 7 factorial, you'll see that what I was trying to show is, let's do 12. Yeah, it's getting really frustrating here. You just got to press it and let it go. Nope. 1, 2. There we go. Factorial. See, it disappears and comes back. In other words, it takes some time to actually execute the factorial function. But yeah, this was a cool little calculator, and I did go through this book as a kid, and cards and keys. There's all sorts of trig and land. So yeah, it was a really cool learning experience. Sadly nowadays you get these in hanging on a grocery store or pharmacy, and it's just that. No manual. Go online, I guess. But it's kind of cool that you got this. So this is my first ever calculator. However, what I wanted to show is that now I didn't have this as a kid, but I got this probably late 90s or early 2000s on eBay, and this is a Sinclair Cambridge Programmable. Pretty cool. It works on a 98 battery, which unfortunately I don't have. It's kind of cheap construction. This is actually like cheap, not even plastic. It's got a cool purple display, but it also comes with a book, which is a programming library. I don't know if it came with another book. This is just how it came when I bought it. It comes with a carrying case as well. Here from the future, I actually found this was the other one that came with it, the Sinclair Cambridge Programmable operating instructions. So it did come with that. So this must have been the just a quick startup guide, and then you use the Programmable library one for coding. Anyway, just wanted to add that. Yeah, so this basically has a bunch of programs in there. So this is a programmable calculator, and it's 1977, and this is 1980, so this is 3 years prior, and does a whole heck of a lot more. It has not an LCD, but an LED display. Unfortunately, I don't have a 9-volt battery, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can't find a wall plug, and then let's play around with this a little bit. Try out one of Sinclair's earlier products. It's interesting that, I think after Rick Dickinson joined, Sinclair went all black, but obviously the ZX80, which I don't have, and this Cambridge Programmable is white. Now, there were also black Cambridge Programmable ones, so this is not necessarily unique, being white before the ZX81. But still, it does feel kind of flimsy and cheap, but let's see if it still works. That would be kind of cool. All right, so let me come back and see if I can make a cable for it. All right, I'm back. So what I did is I found this 9-volt adapter, and it's regulated, so it gives a clear 9-volt signal. I had one of these laying around. So yeah, I just temporarily so nothing is permanent here, and so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plug that into the back of here. I made sure I tested and it was worked like a 9-volt battery. There we go. So let's give it a try. Oh, I gotta plug it in. Okay, let's give it a try. Look at that, a 0. Does it work? Let's do a 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Try it again. Maybe the connection is a little loose here. All right, one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Oh, there's definitely something going on here. 5, 6, 7, 8 times. There he goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, that works. Yep. So I don't know why. Let's try it again. 5, 6, 7, 8 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So I don't know if that does the times button. No, it'll keep doing it. But is there maybe this isn't fully and it's glitching. Let me do it one more time. 5, 6, 7, 8 times 3, 4 equals, yeah, okay. So yeah, it has, I don't know if you can see it in the picture or not, but it has lots of little modes and stuff. It's got go-tos, it's got go-to if negative, stop. So you can definitely write little programs. And in fact, that's what this book is about. It has lots of example programs, which is kind of cool. Think about it. This came out. Let's see if I can't. Okay, it's a little better. Yep, but so it has basically lots of little mathematical programs in it that you can enter into your calculator. And pretty cool for this little device. And so what I want to do is just type in one. see what we got. Oh, factorial. Here's a factorial program. And this does the so this doesn't what about just a simple factorial? Yeah, this does a partial factorials, right? So if you want to 5 things out of 10 things out of 15 versus all 15. But let's do a simple one. To make sure you can see the pages here. So this factorial, the program may be used within brackets. It doesn't, however, use the memory trust. It does, however, use the memory, thus to calculate 15 possible execution sequence. Oh, I see. So this does do factorial. That's a long program. I don't want to type that in right at the moment. Hyperbolic functions. Let's do a simple one. I think moon landing game, so you can have games. Conversions. I think there was one. Powers, yeah. So this does x to the power of y. That's a simple one. And it's pretty short. So let's do that. Here you can see the program. Okay, so the way to do that, the page before actually shows you how to do the coding. And so it's a sequence of steps. So I'm going to turn this off and turn this back on. So what you do is you hit this up-down arrow twice. So that goes to certain modes. Then you hit go to, which is 2, and then 0, 0 to be at the start of the line. So I guess you can have 99 steps. So then you basically see this again. Then you press this and learn. There's no change, and then you can start entering the program, I think. Let me look one more time. Yeah, and then the way the program is listed in these things, in this book, is that this is in the first column, it's the function that it's running, or a variable that it's using. In the second column, it is the actual key you should press to get that, and then the line number the third. So I just have to look at the second column. So he wants me to press a 4, which is natural log. And then it wants me to press period, which gives me the multiply. Then it wants me to press 0. And you can see it just keeps updating the steps. Then it wants me to press the equal signs. Then it wants me to press, not the equal sign, the minus sign, which gives me the equal sign. Then it wants me to press down, which is this, or the A. Then stop, 0. Then down again, then go to, and then 0 and 0. So that is the 10th step. So now if I hit clear and say the go to 0, 0, you'll see that it shows 4, which is the first. So it just shows the middle column what was typed. So now if I go hit this and next step, I'm on the first, and it's period. Then it's 0. Next should be minus. It's minus. Then A. Then 4. That should be 4, and it's, oh, I screwed up. I think I missed a step. 6 is A. Yep. So all right, so we get to edit. So the way you edit, so what's the first? So let me go to 0, 0. And so I think that's right. That's right. That's right. And then it's 4 is A. And then 5 should be 4, and it's not. So I need to go to, okay. So I need to go to 5. So go to, oops, go to 5. So that should be A, and it's actually, should be 4, and it's 0. So then the way you type in a correction is you go learn again. And so then you can type in the correct sequence, and then continue typing the correct sequence. So it should have been, it's 0, and it should have been 4. That's A, and that should have been 0. That's 2, and it should have been A. That's 0, it should have been 2. That's 0, it should be 0, so that's fine. And then that's 0, should be 0. Perfect. All right, so now I have it. Okay, clear the screen. Go to line 0. And so now run through it. 4, it should be period. Should be 0, it should be minus, it should be A, it is. 4, yep. 0, yep. So again, I'm looking at the symbol before the decimal point. And when it's a decimal point, it just leaves that part empty. It doesn't do 2 decimal points. So we're at 0. Yeah, so next it should be A. It is. The next one, it should be 2. And then 0, 0. Perfect. Program is entered. All right, clear it. So to run it, I believe I just have to go. Do I have to do anything to run it? I just press clear. Okay. And then to run it, I think I just go and hit this sequence right here, which says, so if I want 5 squared, I want 5 run, 2 run. All right, so 5 run. No, it's not doing it. Okay. 5 run. So it's not, oh, I think I have to go to the beginning of the program. So you go boom, boom, go to 0, 0. Then you clear and you go 5 run, 2 run, and you get 24.995246. So it's an approximation. Okay. So what's 36? So let's figure this out. So 36 times 36 equals 1296. So that would be 6 to the 4th. So let's do that. 6 to the 4th. So I don't know what the first number gives you. We had 1295.6. So it gives you an approximation, which is pretty cool. Let's do, what if you do powers of 10? So if I go 10 squared, so if I go 10 run, 5 run, taking its sweet old time, but ooh, wow, it's definitely losing some precision. It should be 100,000. It's 99,740. So as cool as Clive Sinclair's things are, there's always issues, right? I assume it's because they're using it's the e to the x function. So there's an approximation going on here and a logarithmic function, which I think are usually implemented by tables anyway. So it's an approximation. It doesn't work for large values. But anyway, still cool that in 1977 you have a programmable calculator that actually has, it's a Turing machine. You can go to any line number and do some, I don't know if you can assign variables. Well, I think that's what, take that back. I think it's logarithm of x. Well, it has that memory store, right? So so it has a single variable, I assume. I don't think you can do an assignment of variables. Let me check this off screen for a sec. Yeah, I don't know what oh, it must be for hex. A, E, F, G, but there's no B. Yep, don't know. but definitely not boring, and you can definitely dig into this, and lots of code, lots of stuff. So that's really cool. Like I said, a factorial function, which I might type in. You saw the Texas Instrument one had its own factorial function, but of course, the keys here work much better, and this is older than the Texas Instrument one, and it's been sitting in my closet for years. I only used it when I was a kid. So it works pretty well. It uses a 9-volt battery. It's a little cheaply made. The last thing I want to do is just kind of want to take it apart. So let me see if I can, just to see what it looks like on the inside. Let me see if I can take this off without breaking anything. All right, so we're not connected anymore. And so I just wanted to see what the inside looks like. Is there going to be lots of circuitry or so? I'm going to brighten the picture just a little bit now that we're not using the. All right, let's see what we got here. So seems to be a tab in there. Again, I don't want to. There. All right, pops off pretty easily. Well, it just kind of falls apart. I'm not unhappy about that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it comes up. I don't want to break. Oh, there's the back. This piece just kind of. That's really cheap. Oh, there it is. Wow. There's just not much to it. Again, I just want to make sure. I'm going to refocus this. Yeah. Unfortunately, the keyboard looks like it's sort of melted in. I mean, you could break it off. I don't need to take it off or anything. It's got the power and then this, and then it basically just has 2 chips. Yeah. Let me see off camera what those chips are. Let me read them to you. NM5799NBP/N, and I don't know that there's like an N and an S as its logo. And then the other chip has 2 sort of wavy lines on top of each other. 746 DS8874N. And a capacitor, and that's it. This is actually a pretty elegant and simple design for a programmable calculator. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I think I'll end there today. As I said, the sad news of Clive Sinclair passing away. This was one of his first creations. If you look at the back of this actually says Sinclair Radionics Limited, 1977. So definitely older than the ZX81 by 4 years, but was already doing cool things with small handheld devices. This has a little bit of yellowing in it, but I might just put it out in the sun. I'm doing light or sun brighting, which works pretty well. But wanted to do something special and different today, and I hadn't taken this out, but Clive Sinclair passed away a few days ago at the age of 81. Definitely, for me, a very important person because he got me into computing with his ZX81. And then as I was ending school, the QL really was an important element. Never got to have a Spectrum, and I do have one that I haven't been able to fix yet. But yeah, I just wanted to, instead of just having a sad video, just sort of, poke around with yet another brilliant creation of his. And again, I know that he obviously didn't sit there and design these fully himself, but he always had interesting ideas and got interesting people around him to create these interesting ideas. And so definitely been impressed. And again, just love the fact that this is just chock full of programs. I mean, it's just, that. Oh, somebody actually wrote some code here. Look at that. inductance. But yeah, I mean, this is really, I think this goes to the heart of Sir Clive Sinclair, in that if you saw later on interviews, he was really bummed that the computing industry had turned more into one where people could use a computer without knowing how a computer worked. He really loved the idea of it being an educational tool, and was sort of, that's one reason he didn't like games as much. He wanted people to go on and program. And I remember watching an interview of him maybe 10 years ago where he was like, he didn't use computers, and he was disappointed that they've become sort of these complex tools that most people didn't really know how to use, other than just point and click and browse the internet, etc. And didn't, it really got away from what he cared about, which is understanding what's inside. And so I think this is a great example of Clive Sinclair at the heart of who he was. I know he had lots of failures. The QL supposedly was one, but I love the QL. But there's also the C5, and give him credit. He was looking at, he was trying to fix the problems we still try to fix now, climate change, because of all the pollution that we put out, and he wanted to have an electric vehicle. It wasn't a great one. And I just recently saw the A-bike, which was just, again, he cared about transportation. So give him credit that he tried. He didn't always succeed. Not all of his things were brilliant, but even something like this that looked sort of cheap and plasticky had just, so much ability in this little device. And so I think that's a nice way to honor his memory. And I will be continuing to honor his memory by all the other things that I'm going to do on my channel. So come view more. But Clive Sinclair passed away at the age of 81, which means that he was born in 1940. Because I think he just had his birthday in a few months ago. So I think he was born in 1940. So rest in peace, Sir Clive Sinclair. Thank you so much for all the things that you've done for me. I have a great career now and a great hobby thanks to this little beast and all the other things that came along with it. So anyway, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.